Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to our second to last screencast of this chapter. Today we're talking about constant rate of change. What is rate of change? It is another avenue in our unit rate and ratio and all that good stuff of this unit. So rate of change describes how one quantity changes in relation to another. So we're going to be looking at x's and y's. How do they change, and how is it related to one another? Okay, so if we look at this lines of code relationship, how do these relate to one another? Okay, so anytime we have a table, the x comes first and the y comes second. If it's a vertical table, x comes first, y comes second. So what's the change in the x? The change in the x is 50. It's going up by 50s. And what's the change in the y's? It's going up by 1,000. If you can't see that with addition, you can always do subtraction. Okay, so you can do 2,000 minus 1,000 is 1,000. 3,000 minus 2,000 is 1,000. Now the rate of change, you take any of these changes and make a fraction out of them. 1,000 over 50 gives you a rate of change of 20. 20 what? $20 per line of code. Dollars per, I'm just going to write line. It's as simple as that. What's the change in the y over what's the change in the x? And you'll always divide it and find a simple number. So let's do a couple more examples and make sure we got it. So in here, we have a change of 290. It's going up by 290. You always do y. Remember the y comes second, x comes first. And this is going up by 30. And it says up here, the table shows the number of miles a plane traveled while in flight. Use the information to find the approximate. So we're going to round this. This comes out to be like 9.6 repeating, right? The little bar. It says approximate, so we're going to round it to 10. 10 what? You always have, just like any other unit rate, 10 miles per minute. You have to have units. This is a unit rate of change. Down here we have number of students. What's it going up by? That's your y. Your x comes first. Your y comes second. Looks like it's going up by 72. If I subtract that, it's going up by 1. Anytime it goes up by 1, it's easy. It's just your y. So it's 72 students per bus. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Once you get the hang of this is terribly easy, especially in the table form. Now, sometimes we're going to be looking at it in the graph form. So what we do here is you identify points that are easy to see. Here we have those points, right? The dots are all right in the crosshairs where the x and the y axis meet. All right, and they actually labeled the ordered pairs for us. And when you have these, what you want to do is you want to make a table and put the pairs in the table. 130, 260, right? That's 260, and 390 is the last pair. And you can pick any of them. I'm going to pick the first pair and the last pair. What's that change to go here? We've always done right in a row, but we can do not in a row. Remember, this is x, that's y. That's a change of 90 over 3. 90 divided by 3 is 30. If I did the first one, it's 30 over 1, which is also 30. 30 what? Miles per hour. There you have it. There's your rate of change based on a graph. Lastly, how do you read these points? What do these points actually mean? If I talk about 0, 0, that means that after 0 hours, I've driven 0 miles, which seems kind of like nonsense. Obviously, if you've driven for no time, you've gone nowhere. But 130, what does 130 on this graph mean? That means after 1 hour of driving, I've driven 30 miles. If you have any questions, shoot me a message on Canvas, email, talk to me in class. See you soon. Do whatever it takes to dominate this lesson.